pretty free, thank God. And, got a lot of motivation from home, and my wife and my baby boy. Yeah.
How old is he?
He's 4 months now, so he's thriving. He's learning how stuff works anyway. But
and all three of you guys, I guess, randomly picked, and you're all packed right in there to the top. Al Hazam and you and Ludwig.
Right.
Yes, that was kind of amazing.
Yeah, it was a really good setup for sure, because it set us up to kind of just get things over with quickly. It helped set us up for like myself, Hazam, and Ludwig to get over the first bars pretty quickly, and then kind of sit there and wait for the other guys to finish their jumps. And it was a really well set up competition, really well run competition, as it always is at Eugene. So this is my third time here, so I'm still loving it.
Good. You had the one miss at, was it 55?
Yes.
And did that bother you at all, or did you still think you had better stuff coming?
I mean, every mistake you make or every miss you have is kind of just a learning lesson for you. So I made some adjustments. I talked to my coach, Derek Miles, and we made some adjustments, like I said, and then just cleared the bar and kept on going through the motions. And the weather ended up getting better throughout the day. It was kind of a cross head kind of thing going on, like headwind, and then it would switch back and forth as Eugene does.
So when you said you made some adjustments, what did you adjust? I saw your coach saying push back or something. Did that mean move the standards further back or that?
Well, the standards are actually at 80, so they were as far back as they could go, but he actually moved me up a pole. He said, you're going to bring it now, and we're going to get a tailwind, so let's go. And I went up a pole and made it. And then after that, we just kept going through the motion on the same exact pole, stayed on that same pole for the rest of the competition, including my make at 83 and my 3 attempts at 90.
And how big of a pole was it?
100%. That was a 5'10", 16'9", 12.4 flex with like a 225 weight or something.
Have you jumped in a pole that big in competition before?
I have actually. There was a few weeks ago where I jumped at a meet called Howard Wood Dakota Relays in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I got on my biggest pole there, and actually that's where I jumped my personal best, 5.86 meters, 19 2 3/4. I jumped on a 520 or 17 foot, what was it, like an 11.9 flex or something, maybe like a 230, 235 weight. I don't really look at the weight, I just look at the flex.
So, I mean, with the marks you're putting up, you'd be pretty competitive on the Diamond League circuit. Is that something you want to, pursue this summer?
It's definitely something I'd like to pursue in the future, and I think whatever athlete has to go through is kind of their steps in the pool, if that kind of makes sense. Everybody kind of puts their feet in the pool. In the high school pool, and then they get out after 4 years and go to the college pool, and they get out after those 4 years, and if they make it, then they make it into the next pool. But right now I'm focusing on my college career, and I'm trying to get through college. Academics comes first, especially now that I have a family to provide for. So if I can get a career outside of pole vault and then continue to pole vault after college, then we'll talk about Diamond League for sure.
You missed at 5:55, 18.2 something that put you behind Matt and even Torben. At this point in your career, do you have to mentally stop and put that behind you, or are you so far advanced in your career that doesn't even phase you? You're on the next vault and ready to go and concentrate and do the
Like I
next
said,
one.
whenever I miss a bar, I kind of try to just learn from it and talk to my coach, Derek Miles. Thank God he's always there for me. The guy's got my back through thick and thin. And he just makes it super easy. But the 5:55 make, it was a little bit of a setback, and it put me behind Ludwig and Torben. But, I mean, misses happen. That's why you get 3 attempts, and I'm glad I got it on my second.
Those last 2 clearances that you cleared, you were pretty emotional and charged up afterwards. After winning NCAA as a freshman indoors, and then, coming up just a little short the last 2 meets. Did this feel good to really get back on top?
It felt good to win, yes. The last 2 heights, 570. I was very happy to get over that because that was my 5th time in a row getting over 570 or 18.8 and a quarter, and then this is my 3rd meet in a row getting over a 19-foot bar. So I was very happy. It was very, satisfying, or just something to kind of push me to look forward to in the next few years of my college career. I'm only a sophomore and I got 2 more years, so if I can keep doing what I'm doing and stay consistent at 19.2 and things at those heights, and I'll start to get consistent at the higher heights, like 590 with the 3 attempts that I had today.
So with the sun and with training for pole vault and with classes, I mean, do you have any free time? Like, what is your schedule like?
The answer is no. I don't have any free time. For the most part, the situation is right now with my family, I'll give you a short rundown. My wife and the baby live down in Kansas City, Missouri, because they have support from her parents, and I'm traveling every weekend, so it'd be kind of hard to leave my wife with a 3-month-old or a 2-month-old every weekend, So whenever I have a meet, whenever I don't have a meet, I'll go down there, and I'll try to get down there once or 2 times every month. and see the kid and see the wife. But whenever I can get down there, I'd love to get down there. So probably right after this, I'm going to go down for about a month before USA's and just kind of train down there and spend time with the family.
Your event is in close proximity to the East Grandstand, which is going to be demolished here in a week or so. What was it like to compete over there with the crowd?
Oh man, it was, I guess, nostalgic, you know, because I've competed here 3 times in 3 years, the last 3 years. So it was kind of a bittersweet moment, you know. I'm getting to come in here, I'm champion in front of a great crowd, Oregon, and then the fact that it's getting changed and I guess remodeled. And this is going to be the last time I'm jumping at historic Hayward Field. It's kind of sad, but I'm glad to end it on a good note, you know.
And Chris, to that point, I know that you have cleared higher bars, but to clear the highest bar in NCAA championship history, that's a record that goes back to '96. I mean, what does that mean?
It was, I didn't know it went back to '96. You know, honestly, it's something that I'm very happy about and very proud of, but with all the great vaulters coming up in the next couple years, including Mondo, Sandre, Casey Lightfoot, those guys are going to break it faster than I did. So I'm very excited to see what the future generations are going to do in the next coming years. And, you know, I'm excited to push those records with them. You know, the next couple years of my college career are not going to be easy. Mondo DePlan is coming in 593 PR at a high school. Kid's a freak, you know? Kid can do some really crazy stuff. And I don't really think people should take that for granted that he's only 18, about to be 19, you know? I mean, it doesn't really go about age. The man's been jumping longer than some of the professional people on the circuit. So man knows what he's doing, man knows what he wants.
You were vaulting pretty good at that age also.
I was okay, but I was no Mondo Duplantis. I had my run at the national record, and then he killed that the next year. So, like that, I was happy to have it, but I knew it was going to get broken.
How tall are you?
6'5".
6'5".
Doctor said a year ago.
We worked with Coach Addick this summer back in KC before leading up to USA's. Do you know who will?
I'm probably going to go down for a little bit and just hang out with him, jump a couple times, and just so I can stay close to the wife and the kid. But for the most part, I'm going to try to stay with Derek. You know, the man knows exactly what he's doing when it comes to the pole vault. So
yeah, just leading up to USA's.
Take his word as gospel, you know.
How long? Here, or was she?
No, unfortunately, she couldn't make it out. You know, the trip from Missouri to Oregon with the baby is never really the easiest thing, and saving money for things like formula, clothing, equipment. When I say equipment, like stuff he sleeps in and like bouncers and stuff like that. Your parents kind of get the gist, you know what I mean? But you know, we're working through things right now, and I'm very happy to pull out the win for and kind of show that just because you're a parent in the NCAA doesn't mean stop. You know what I mean? If anything, it motivates you more.
What age will you put some kind of a stick in his hand and get him running and trying to carry a stick?
Whenever he wants, you know. He's it's his life. It's his, like I said, yeah, it's his life and it's his want. And he's gonna have his own personality, his own interests, and his own disinterests. And I'm gonna be there every step of the way to support the little man. And I'm already very proud of him and everything he's accomplished, even though he's only 4 months old. You know, I love that kid to death, and it's, sorry. He's awesome.
What's his name?
Roman Christopher Nilsen.
Is it motivating knowing that Mondo's coming next year?
For sure, yeah. The kid is kid's a talent and very, very much lack of words.
Is he going to come to South Dakota also?
Roman, or
is he going to involve with you?
I think it's Mondo.
Oh, Mondo. I think he's going to LSU, right?
Oh,
yeah, LSU.
Yeah, he'd come to South Dakota.
No, he's been staying. He's stuck with his dad for the past 13 years of his, or 13, 14 years of his vault career, and you know, don't fix it if it ain't broken. And clearly, it's not broken in any means. So, like I said, kid knows what he's doing, what he wants, and he's gonna go get it.
Yeah.
I'm excited to see what he does in these next 2 years. I'm excited to stand next to him.
Is height a big deal for, like, you're up here and Mondo and what's his name is kind of down here? Aren't you quite a bit taller than most of them? Does that give you a leverage advantage, do you think?
I am a little bit taller, and that gives me the advantage of a higher takeoff angle. I won't get into the physics of things, but it allows me to get on bigger poles. But Mondo's got the body type, the speed, and the technique to do everything that I can do and more. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure he's on the same size poles as me, lengthwise. I'm a little thicker than he is, but you know, freshman 15 happens to everybody. You know what I mean?
With no team to qualify at USA's, after USA's, will you call it a season, or you think try a couple street vaults in the summer, or
probably call it a season? Try to spend time with the family, of course. I think there are a couple qualifying things for USA's. Continental Cup, that's coming up. I think you have to win USAs, and to do that I have to beat Sam Kendricks and Andrew Irwin. Those guys are jumping like crazy right now. And then I also got the other competition, I think it's like NACAX or something.
Oh, yeah.
North America, South America, and like the Caribbean islands, like the Bahamas, Jamaica, all that stuff. So, you know, if I get into a competition, I'd love to do it. But the only problem is that Continental Cup is in September. My junior season is set to start in August. So, if I get selected for that, if by some chance I win USAs, I probably wouldn't even go to it, just because I want to prepare for my junior year. And like I said before, you know, got to keep your feet in a certain pool. You know what I mean? I'm not really in that professional pool just yet.
It's not tempting to you?
It's definitely tempting for sure, and I'm very excited to vault post collegiately, and you know, whatever happens. But right now I'm focused on my school and getting a career set up for my family. You know, pole vault's kind of a me thing, but college is kind of a family thing. I gotta get stuff rolling for my kid so that he can have a successful future as well.
What do you want to do? What's your career? What's your non-pole vault career?
I'm a sport management guy, but I'm also probably going to do a master's in athletic administration, so I can do something with coaching, academic advising, something like that. I'm not really good at the sciences, unfortunately, so I wasn't able to do something along those lines, but stay in my own field, you know what I mean?
And so were you there when your son was born?
I was.